Hi, I'm Jessie Archowski, and today we're going to be talking about the Voices of Inspiration Award, and today we're actually here with Dana Feeney. She's from Freedom Credit Union, so we're going to talk about that. So, first of all, can you tell me what these nominations are for this award?
Well, the nominations are actually, the Voice of Inspiration Award itself is just to recognize outstanding educators in Montgomery County and just to acknowledge just really excellent teaching and excellent educational experiences for students, administrators, just highlighting really outstanding work.
Okay, and who can nominate these educators?
Really anyone who interacts with an educator, a student, a parent, a coworker, an administrator, including principals, superintendents.
And is there a deadline for these nominations?
Yeah, the deadline is Friday, March 15th, which is 11 days from now. So we're coming down to the wire.
Is it any teacher in this district that can be awarded?
There are actually 22 districts in Montgomery County, as well as the entirety of the non-public private schools in the county.
Yeah.
So one finalist is chosen from each district.
And is this just public schools or also?
Public, non-public, we recognize everyone.
And after these nominations that take place by individuals, what happens after that?
After the nomination deadline, which is Friday the 15th, we review each nomination, read each nomination. The awards committee goes through each one thoroughly and then basically makes a decision from there. We notify the winners around the beginning of April. Once all that is kind of taken care of, we create a sort of a program highlighting each of the winners, and then each of the winners is celebrated at a banquet on May 8th in Conshohocken. And then at that point, so the winners are finalists. All the finalists are all notified,
Yes.
and then so they kind of know that they're winning. But then at the banquet on May 8th, we actually have 3 grand prize winners who are a complete surprise.
Overall.
Yes. And in addition to that, process, we also have 3 schools with the most nominations, and we recognize those schools as well. And actually, in your district last year, Norristown or East Norriton Middle School actually won that won that award last year.
Cool. And so, who decides or who chooses these winners?
We have an awards committee, which is made up of people from Freedom Credit Union, professionals from Freedom Credit Union, and then we also have a lot of help from the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. They assist us throughout the entire process, and we're very happy to have partnered with them, and so they kind of help with the very end of the nominations process.
And so, what are the qualifications or aspects that these teachers or educators have to have in order to win this award?
Well, I think that the qualifications can be there are qualifications on paper, and then there are subjective qualifications. But on paper, it's notable achievements, it's career highlights. It could be over a school year or over an entire professional career. Programs that have been initiated, just anything that the nominator feels is important to them and made a significant difference in their life. We always welcome any nominations that are, of that nature.
And how long has this award been going on for, given out?
This is our 7th year. We started in 2007.
Okay. So how did you personally end up working with Montgomery County, with the Freedom Credit Union, to be involved in this award?
Well, I am a marketing project specialist at Freedom. So Freedom, back in 2007, decided that we wanted to institute a program like this in Montgomery County. And so at that point, I asked the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit for their assistance and to sort of be a liaison for us and just to be a partner with us in the process. Other credit unions in and around this area have programs like this, but for different counties, and we felt Montgomery County would be a perfect opportunity.
Just real quick, what is the Freedom Credit Union?
Freedom Credit Union is a credit union. We're a financial institution, sort of like a bank, but credit unions take profits and kind of reinvest them for members. And so we are our particular credit union is based in Warminster, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and we have 6 branches in Montgomery County, Philadelphia County, Bucks County, and so our history being what it is with an educational background, serving teachers in the school district of Philadelphia, that's kind of how we got involved.
Okay. And so why do you think that this is important, that these teachers be rewarded for their excellence?
I think that teaching is an incredibly challenging job. I think it's a calling. I think of it as more than just a job. So I think it's just really important to recognize when someone is doing a really outstanding job. And there are so many, we've had over 4,000 nominations of hundreds of teachers. So in this county, and actually in the 6 years that we've been doing this, will be our 7th year. In the 6 years, we've never had repeat finalists, which really speaks to the strength of the teachers in this county. And so it's just a way to say thank you and to say, we recognize the work that you've been doing, and that's why it's so important.
Okay. So is there anything else that you would like to add?
So as I said, the nominations end on Friday the 15th. If you want to nominate, and again, anyone in Montgomery County, students, teachers, coworkers, administrators, all encouraged to nominate. You can go to voicesofinspiration.org or mciu.org, and that's where you can find an online nomination that you can submit. It's very easy to do, or you can also request a paper nomination at that point.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm Jessie Orchowski. I just talked to Dana Feeney, and we talked about the Voices of Inspiration Award. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.